Also, I'm pretty sure anyway, yeah, so, you can probably tell by the title, we're going to be focusing mainly on the trailer that we just saw, same reason for the trailer. My thoughts, my general thoughts. I sort of did another stream like analyze the trailer, take a look at some of the differences between the original game and the port, as well as see if it does look like there is some trailer like this, not necessarily DLC content, but content that I guess we would have to do played through like maybe the first maybe 20 hours of Xenoblade
嗯。
like anytime I try to listen so I was like, hey, I got a laptop. Hook up my no different quality, it seems. Right? Because sometimes just moving and scrolling the screen so it doesn't look like we're gonna have it. Anyway, alright, before we do anything, do a quick audio check. Which is convenient. I let's hope that's not today. But I was going to use my phone to check my values. I usually try to go through to check the audio level just because I assume that's so yeah. I am completely muted. Holy shit. What is going on with the volume? I have to turn the music off. Huh. I've got no audio coming from that microphone. Well, I just wasted like 20 something. I wasted a lot of time with that. Hold up. Let's try something. Where's this microphone at? I wasted a lot of time with that. Hold up. How about this shit? Am I loud enough now? How about this shit? Am I loud enough now? I hope so. I hope I'm loud enough now. It's weird. I have a microphone up here. I hope so. Okay, yeah. It's okay. It seems like it's working better now. Okay, I just went through a whole freaking soliloquy, and y'all didn't hear jack shit. So, that's annoying. That's straight up horrible and stupid. Okay, well, from the top. Let's take it from the top. All right, welcome to TactiCast. We are. I just figured I'd use this as my return to the stream or do-over, right? We're actually gonna do it from this angle, just because I don't know. I want to try this angle. But anyway, yeah. Sorry about that. So, well, now that we're here. Let me do an audio check with this because now I am pretty irritated now. I screwed the hell up. All right, let's see. can we see the stream again? Hello? Why isn't I showing up on my phone now? I just need to see the audio. Make sure my microphone volume's fine now. Hello? Hello? Why isn't I showing up on my phone now? I just need to see the audio. Make sure my microphone volume's fine now. Okay, I think it's good. Hello? Alright. Good. Fixed. Okay. Now, now I want to do a test from my laptop playing sound and see if that is picked up from my desktop audio so I can hear it through my headphones. So let's see here. Can I hear it through my headphones? I certainly hope so. No. I cannot
Listen to music.
Is Elgato sound turned up? It is. How would I... Do I just... Does it play through... Oh, you know what? What if I... Where's Elgato on here? I think if I... Audio output, let's see. Properties. Where's Elgato at? Oh, no. No, I need input. There we go. Elgato, where you at?
From some of your favorite Nintendo games. Introducing...
Yes, okay. Well, it's playing through there now. But now how do I hear what y'all are hearing through the okay, let's do this. Alright. Well, we're learning this format I'm trying. Definitely not used to, so let's just do it the basic way. I'm just going to plug headphones directly into the laptop and see if that works. Or I might even just plug my headphones directly into the computer. But we'll see. See if I can do this. Where'd the plug at? There it is. There's the plug at. Or would it be better to put them up here? I have no idea, to be honest.
Nintendo Music.
The answer is 0. Okay, what's this set to? Okay. Got it. Finally. All right. We're good. We're back in business. I can hear it through here. That's all I cared about. All right. I just need to make sure. Okay. I can hear it through both speakers. Okay. All right. Well, that's what this test run's for. I'm trying a new format of streaming, and well, that's what you do in new formats. Is you use your first stream to test it. Anyway, for that whole, like, how many minutes? 10 or so minutes that I was talking that nobody could hear me. All right. So the stream, we're mainly going to be focusing on Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. That trailer that was dropped from Nintendo basically yesterday. Shatter dropped out of nowhere. I would have loved to have done it yesterday, but by the time I figured it out, it was like late. So yeah. So I'm going to be breaking down 90% of what I can get through just that one trailer. Now, for obviously, with it being a definitive edition, a remake per se, a port, there's not really that much to talk about it, to be honest, that I don't already know about the original game. So, with that being said, the stream's not going to be super long, right? And I don't want it to be super long. Since I've played through the whole game of Xenoblade Chronicles X, save for like a few of the side missions, like the major, like side story, side missions, that kind of stuff. I don't plan to cover really anything related to like story or that or anything like that. But what I do plan on doing, where are my notes at? I had a list of notes that we're going to cover for the stream. We're gonna watch the trailer. We're gonna react to the trailer. We're gonna get my thoughts on it because I only briefly saw the trailer. I thought it was fake for a second. Actually, because I didn't see it come from Nintendo at first. I saw it like, I forget where I originally saw the trailer, to be honest. But I thought the trailer was fake because I was like, oh, here we go. Someone's, Unreal Engine 4ing the Xenoblade Chronicles X and like making it look nice and pretty looking and then just putting a fake trailer on. But no, it came from Nintendo and I was like, what? Holy shit. It's coming to the Switch. That's awesome. But that's where my criticisms come into play. But we'll get into that later. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at the trailer. Just a quick run through the trailer. We're gonna sort of try to compare a lot of the content from the first game, just by what you see in the trailer, between the second game. So whether that be graphics, character design, just visual fidelity in general, and even gameplay, because I do think they showed a little bit of like combat and exploration and stuff like that in the trailer. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. If there's gameplay showed in the trailer, I will be commenting on that. There is a possible story regarding censorship of the game. Not entirely sure how impactful that's going to be on this game, because from what I hear about this version of the game that they're making, it's not that big of a deal, in my opinion. If it's what I'm assuming it is. And then there are some things about the Wii U version regarding the gamepad that I'm going to comment on regarding this Switch. It's just inherent flaws with it being on the Switch. And yeah, so we'll get to that later. Briefly, we're going to touch on this announcement that Virile, thanks to Virile, Mimics on our Discord server. We're going to take a look at this Nintendo Music app trailer, which, when did this drop? When exactly? See, yeah, it don't show the actual time it dropped, but according, at least when it came to my attention, Virile dropped this at 5:30 p.m. my time. So I guess for him it would be 3. So relatively early, but like not like in the morning, like around the afternoon, evening times. So we're gonna go ahead take a look at this now. I have a conclusion with this already. Without even watching the trailer, my immediate thought was, oh, here we go. Now Nintendo has a reason to essentially, they're monetizing their music, right? So, what does that mean for all the music channels on YouTube? I mean, it's not like, the way I see it, it's not like they're going to be able to 100% get rid of all these channels. But I'm just saying, now that they're monetizing this music, which, why did it take them this long to do something like this? If they're taking down channels that put all this music up, why haven't they done this like years ago? Like, in my opinion, this seems like the most basic thing they could do to just completely make bank. If they're trying to monetize any of their old content, why wouldn't they do it through some sort of app where you can just listen to music throughout their library, throughout history? So I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at this. See if this app is anything to take home. Anything worth downloading. So let's check this out. Oh, since I did, where's my phone at? Since I did, actually, where is my phone? What the frick? Oh, I wanted to. Oh, okay. I wanted to check the audio levels again, because now that I got the laptop audio in the recording, I can figure out audio levels from including the including YouTube. So let's just do a quick check. I'm just going to play a few seconds of the trailer to do this check. Let's just do a quick load check. I'm just going to play a few seconds of the trailer to do this check. Let's just do a quick. Did that play through? Holy crap. Loud. Very loud. Ooh boy, was that loud. Oh boy, was that loud. Sorry. Okay, let's turn that down to like 50. Holy crap. Okay. Can I like make it so this only plays? Because I think it's playing through the PC. Okay, no, it's playing through my headphones. It's just extremely loud through my headphones. I had them right next to my ears. So, let's try it again. Alright, let's try it again. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing?
Listen to music from some of your...
It's playing through my headphones. It's just extremely loud through my headphones. I think that's good. Alright, so I think if I turn it down to 25%, it should be good. The only problem with me using this laptop is y'all can see literally everything I'm doing on here. Right. But anyway, I think we're good now. So let's go ahead. I'm going to watch it just from the stream point of view, because obviously it's mirroring up here. But let's take a look at this. I don't think I'm going to be that impressed by this, to be honest. But let's see. All right. Hello?
Favorite Nintendo games.
Oh, play from the beginning.
Listen to music from some of your favorite Nintendo games.
Okay.
Introducing
So,
Nintendo Music.
Is it just like...
A smart device app that lets you stream or download music to the app for offline listening.
It looks like a straight up YouTube music app.
Nintendo Music features a variety of...
Okay, it does have Pokemon. I was
such as Animal Crossing,
I was concerned about that.
Zelda, Super
So it does have
Mario,
Pokemon.
and many more.
But it does have Fire Emblem.
You can listen to
Because those two are like sort of
themes.
slightly independent of Nintendo itself.
From Princess Zelda to Yoshi, some playlists feature music inspired by specific characters.
Are they gonna have?
Opening moments,
Are they gonna have like,
boss battles.
I guess, music that didn't actually
If
show
you're
up in the
looking
game,
for
like
tunes that'll match
remixes
your
and stuff like
energy,
that?
There are even playlists to fit your mood.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So the
Can't find
the
playlist
app
for
looks
you?
literally
You can
straight
also
up
create
like
your own.
YouTube Music.
If you
I don't know why I
have
keep
an
looking down here.
opportunity to play a certain game and you're worried about spoilers, you can filter that music out,
I guess that's cool. The question is how.
allowing you to hide songs from that game.
I guess I was gonna say how.
You can also extend the length of certain tracks.
Extend the oh, like
By extending the length or looping a track,
you can make
you
extended
spend more
versions,
time with a
right?
particular song.
That's actually cool. I don't think that is it really a
From recent releases
I don't
to
think there's
nostalgic
really
classics,
a
more music will be added over time.
like a music listen watching engine or a video watching engine or a
Enjoy
music
Nintendo
listening
game
engine
music
that allows you to
now on your
loop a
smart
song
device.
over and over,
Nintendo
at least
Music.
online. Is that it?
Nintendo Music launches today and is available exclusively to Nintendo Switch Online members.
That's what I mean by monetized. So it's available for online memberships. So you have to be paying for the subscription to listen to the music through this app. So the way it looks, right? So you can search the music. I wonder if it actually will show up on your Nintendo Switch Online app. Honestly, I feel like it should like. I guess the reason I say that, like it should go through the Nintendo Switch Online app, is so that it's so that that app actually has more than like one use, right? Because they spent so much time on that Nintendo Switch Online app that honestly, if they wanted to get more engagement on that app, it'd be stupid to not put the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Music on that. But I guess it might be better just to release an entirely new app, because at this point, anyone who's going to get that app already has it, and if they didn't care before, they're not going to care now. Nintendo Music, obviously, that's specific to music, right? People love music. People aren't just going to be like, oh, that's Nintendo Switch Online app. Like, people are going to get the Nintendo Switch Online app to listen to music if it doesn't explicitly convey that it's a music app, right? So, okay. Makes sense to me. But yeah. It's good that I did see Pokemon on there. I don't know how wide their music catalog is going to look on here. What the heck was that? Let me see. I mean, I'm seeing games for pretty much every era. Did I see GameCube on there? I saw Wind Waker. It is cool that you can like basically create extended versions or listen to extended versions of the songs. Like I said, I don't think there's really a inherent way that you can do that on like YouTube. You just have to create an extended video of the song, right? With this, it just kind of works that way. Yeah, there's that.
Did you just close the door?
No, I did not. I didn't close enough. I think the cat like got onto something and knocked something over or made a noise. Anyway, what else? What? Yeah, so they do have Pokemon. How far back does the Pokemon go? That's my question. Not Pokemon Go to. No, I'm not gonna bring that up. But I mean, how far back does that go? Because Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, obviously that's a recent game. I'm not seeing X and Y, Black and White, Emerald, Sapphire, Ruby, Diamond and Pearl, all the stuff before that. In fact, I'm not seeing any games at least on this list. I'm not seeing any games like Switch. But the fact that there is something that says like Nintendo Switch on there means that there's going to be games that aren't from the Nintendo Switch. So I guess that makes sense. And my question is, if they have music from games that are from like games that were ported to the Nintendo Switch, like say Mario Kart 8, right? If they got music from Mario Kart 8, because like the music here, right? It says Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. All of that, like, I would say, at least half of the music in that game came from Mario Kart 8 on the Wii, not Deluxe, right? So, are they gonna say it's from Deluxe and just completely forget the fact that it came out on a console before that? Probably, because that's probably why they. Well, that's probably not why, but I'm just saying. That's just a question I have, right? Anyway, I think that's pretty much all that. Unless there's some other weird thing that they're doing here with the. Yeah, apparently they have like mood. Oh, okay. So you can create. But this is literally just YouTube music, but for specifically Nintendo songs. That's what it's looking like here. Or like just your average run-of-the-mill music app. But again, for just Nintendo music. Which I guess... Okay, so we do have older kids. My question is, are we going to see music from like the menus, right? Like the Wii Shop channel. Is that it's going to be in the game? Because that'd be funny. That'd be cool too. Cool and funny, or the Me creation song. You know what I mean? Even like some of the, I think some of the like 3DS menus had their own music too. So that'd be cool if they did that. I don't think there was that much. I think the Wii U Shop channel might have had some music in it, but I think that was only during like special events like holidays and stuff like that. But all right, I think I'm pretty much done here. I don't think I'll ever be getting this app. It looks like something that would take up way too much space, especially considering I already listen to most of this music on YouTube, and a lot of it from Nintendo's own YouTube channel, because they do have a lot of their songs on here. But my assumption is that this particular app is going to completely delete 90% of these music channels. I think that's a primary reason they did this, so they have a reason to delete the music channels, right? I would say about a month from now, 90% of Nintendo-related music will be deleted from YouTube. Either Nintendo music will be deleted so that they can keep their channel, they just keep all the other non-Nintendo related music on their channel, or their channel will be struck. That's what I'm assuming will happen after this app comes out. Basically, because it's already out. Yeah, it released today. So I think that's what we're going to see very soon. Now that we're done with Nintendo Music, how long do we stay on that? Okay, not too long, about 20 minutes roughly. That's about how long I wanted to stay on this topic. Now we're getting to the main reason I did this stream. There's no longer a reason to own a Wii U. I'm just gonna flat out say it. The only reason I still kept my Wii U is for this game. Splatoon 1 don't even work anymore. They shut down the servers. You don't need servers to play this. You need servers to play the multiplayer, which, by the way, Xenoblade X has a multiplayer aspect. Why is it even showing up there? Anyway, yeah. There is a multiplayer aspect to this, right? So, we'll get into that. First of all, let's just take a look at this trailer. So, I only saw maybe 20 seconds of it, like, where I was actually paying attention to the trailer. Because a lot of the trailer just sort of skimmed over, I saw in passing, because I actually, like, played it while I was sort of driving. So I heard the trailer, but I didn't actually watch it, right? So that's why we're here today, so I can actually sit down and watch this. And I wanted to do this stream before I watch anyone else's take on this, because I plan on watching like Player Essence, Game Explain, and like Good Vibes Gaming, and a couple other ones. A lot of the content creators I watch that are fans of Xenoblade, right? As I am. But alright, let's take a look at this trailer. We got Hiroyuki Sawano music playing, so most likely we're going to get a claim on this. I'll be pausing throughout to avoid copyright claim issues. But let's see. Let's go ahead and play this thing. Oh boy. I wish I could turn down the... I love this song, by the way. Let's turn it down a bit.
Here we are. Not too shabby, huh?
Not too shabby, huh? Okay. First thing I noticed. Faces. Completely different, right? Sounds like the voice acting is completely the same. Doesn't sound like anything's changed so far. I'll talk about the graphics later. So we'll continue to go through.
Giant beached spaceship anyway.
It's looking pretty good.
Like it or not, this place is our home now.
Got the cat.
We took the name from the city it was modeled
Skells.
on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles.
New Los Angeles. New LA, right?
Welcome to NLA.
Yeah, New LA. New LA. That's what regular LA is gonna look like.
So it was that another survivor.
Not too long from now. It already looks like that, to be honest. Sorry. Okay. The environments look good. Again, look, when I'm looking down, I'm looking at my laptop. I can't really prop it up on anything. Monsters are looking okay. I'm not seeing combat. I saw exploration.
New LA was our beautiful.
A lot of what I'm seeing is cutscenes.
Truth is, we were adrift.
Character models look
Into the unknown.
decent. And by decent, I mean
Our native
in comparison to what they did on X.
swallowed in a shroud of light.
WoW looks completely the same. Just exactly the same. I don't know why.
We had no idea what fate lay in store for us.
Alright, what's coming up? I'm going to let the trailer play, but I'm not going to tell you anything about what's showing up. I think they just like fast forwarded that because that panoramic shot took forever. Took like 3 times as long as that one did. Wow.
Fancy seeing you here.
Hold up. First of all,
Fancy seeing you here.
I got some theories rolling with that voice. That voice sounded way too familiar. Hey, Varel, since you're here, listen to this voice and tell me who it reminds you of. Just the sound. Again, playing this through my laptop, but listen to the voice.
Fancy seeing you here.
Oh no.
Fancy seeing you here.
And so March 20th, that's also awesome. March 20th. That's actually pretty early. It's about the same amount of time that, like, from when the Xenoblade 3 trailer launched to when the actual game came out, right? This is roughly 4 months, right? Because it was like March, April, May, June, July. It's 5 months. So, yeah, we're looking at around 5 months from now. 20th, yeah. I'll tell you who it sounded like. I think it sounds like Malos. Just saying. Which is bizarre, because... Anyway. That's why I was like, raising an eyebrow, because I'm like, excuse me? Why does that sound like Malos? Because to my understanding, it shouldn't sound like any character that I know from any of the other Xenoblade games. But if there's a reason it sounds like Malos, then we got some problems. we got some continuity problems like crazy. Anyway, again, you know what? I can hear it pretty damn well, but more calm. It feels like. Obviously, yeah, it doesn't sound like. But the reason it sounds like Malos when he like first confronted Jin in that like flashback. But anyway, so we're checking off the list. First thing on the look, I wrote down notes here, all the things I'm gonna cover. So we just checked out the trailer. Just a quick run through of the trailer, right? Right away. Main things we saw were just sort of opening. Essentially the opening cutscene. Still opening cuts. I mean, first chapter like opening cutscene. Sort of environments.
New way of life.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute it just so we can get the Hiroyuki Sawano music out of the stream. But we saw the environments. This is the first continent. And I can tell you, mention what order these like continents are, or what like, I guess what the names of these locations are, because obviously I don't want to give away too much spoiler. But yeah, so we got this. We got okay. I recognize this. This location, when you get here, you'll be like, "What? Where is all this stuff coming from?" Because it looks familiar because it is familiar. But okay, we got this place, we got that place, we got these. I'm not seeing combat. That's what I was interested in seeing. Like we see the scales. We're all rolling around on the scales. Okay, I'm looking down because I'm using my laptop, right? We see exploration. The scale of this game has always been massive. Like, these monsters are gigantic in comparison to it. Look, this thing back here, if you can see where my mouse is pointing, this thing back here is the largest monster in the game. Or second largest in terms of volume. It's like the size of a straight up, I don't know, skyscraper, essentially. That's what I mean by scale. Like, this map is so massive that this giant ass monster. Yeah, it's a normal monster. It's not unique. It's not a unique monster. The scale of this map is so massive that this giant monster looks tiny, right, from that far away. That's how huge Xenoblade X is as far as the map goes, and it's seamless. It's like Breath of the Wild where there's no load times. Once you're in the map, the only time there's a load time is when you're in the sort of central hub area, which in this game is literally just like a barracks. Essentially, it's just a room where you meet for mission briefings and stuff. But anyway, which again, that's not really a spoiler. That's like early game stuff. You find that out in the early game. But anyway, we got these monsters. We got monsters everywhere. We got characters. We got space battles. That's something you should going into Xenoblade Chronicles X. That's like the most obvious difference between X and like 1 through 3 is Xenoblade 1 through 3 has a very fantasy style with sci-fi elements sort of sprinkled over, right? Like Xenoblade 2, the blades, mechanics, core crystals, and like just the way the weapons look. That's kind of sci-fi, and you don't really see hardcore sci-fi stuff until you get late in the game, right? And that's the same. It's roughly similar to Xenoblade 1 and 3. I haven't encountered heavy sci-fi stuff in 1 and 3 yet, but from what I've heard, it's very similar to 2, where it's like mostly fantasy with some sprinkled sci-fi elements here. Xenoblade X just like it's like mostly sci-fi with like maybe 1 or 2 fantasy elements sprinkled in there. So it's kind of completely the opposite. But anyway, we got these space battles. We got all of this is just cutscenes. None of this has to do with the game. Lynn's character model. Hold up, look at this character model. Oh, come on. Where you at? Where you at, Lynn? That is a massive improvement, in my opinion. I liked the character models in Xenoblade, the original Xenoblade Chronicles X. I think some of the changes may be better and some of them may be worse, depending on the character that they end up changing, right? But Lynn's character model is a massive change. Probably so far, from what I'm seeing, biggest change. In fact, let me pull up. I'm gonna see if there's if I can pull up a comparison here. Let me look up. Let me see. Let me do. I have to pull up because it's a laptop. Let me do Xenoblade X Lynn. Hold up before we do anything. Let me make sure we don't see any problematic images when I do this. I'm only pulling up images that are from the game, right? Because we all know. We all know the problems with doing that. All right. Okay. Okay, you know what? Is it like a good picture? Yeah, exactly. So I just want like a good like close up. I guess this works. Oh no, that's a GIF. I don't want no GIF. This works. Okay. So this is what we're seeing. Oh well, never mind. That's an outdated image. Okay, it just don't exist. Is this better? This better be better. OMG, what's up with these images? None of them are like pulling up. Come on, images, pull up. Okay, that's not a GIF. All right, here we go. That's Lynn from X, right? Shit, I don't have a control button on my laptop. That's fine. But yeah, Lynn, this is Lynn here. Look at the difference. Again, if I could, maybe if I do full screen. There we go. So, look at the difference. Here's Lynn from Xenoblade X, like the original. Here's Lynn. Look at the face. Holy crap. Crazy change. In my opinion, that's probably the biggest change. I don't know if I would say one is better than the other, to be honest, though. Because I do sort of like the way... the main thing is it looks more similar to the style that they started going with. It looks more similar to the style that they were going with Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 on the Switch, right? But there's obviously, like, for some reason in Xenoblade X, the eyes are massive. Like, I think that's the thing, is that it's a, they went like heavy anime first. It's kind of odd, right? Xenoblade X went heavy with the more heavy with the realistic graphics. Going from a console that primarily is 720p to 1080p definitely helps increase the quality in the models. Yes, and that's where after seeing this trailer, by the way, I've already noticed some liberties taken, let's just say. I think they definitely improved the character models for the better. Like, for example, Elma, main female character. Again, you get a customizable character. You can create your own character in this game. So, aside from the customizable character, Elma is basically the main character. So, here is this the original? No. Where's the original Elma? Okay. Here's the original Elma, right? Boom. Look at this. I still like the character design. I thought it conveyed the message properly, you know? I got used to sort of the design here. And this is the exact same scene from X. This is X on the Wii U. To Switch. Look at that. Look at this change. It's like, this is a completely different character model. Especially the face. And this one you can very easily see the eyes. This one you can... It's like very muted. The colors are muted. Very muted. Even like... Let me see here. Yeah. Colors are much more vibrant here. I think... Yes. And especially the resolution. In particular, I think the hair is very, like, more hairy. to be frank. Although... Okay, no, I was like... For a second, I thought the hair was, like, shorter. But no, it's just sort of... I don't know. Looks more... done. But even, like, the eyelids and the eyebrows, it's a lot more texturized. I'm trying to see if there's any, like, the outfit. If there's any difference in that. Yeah. The design of the outfit, first of all, much more colorful, like vibrant colors, right? Textures on sort of mechanical looking aspects of the outfit. Much clearer, much shinier, much... Actually, the sort of fabric-y parts of the outfit, right, look fabric-y, whereas the more sort of metal-looking parts of the outfit look more metal, which I don't think they conveyed as well in here. So I think the biggest... Yeah, that's a super... Yeah. I think their biggest upgrade is going to be the character models across the board. Even these guns, right? Look, like the guns on her back. Is that a big up? Yeah, it's a big up. Yeah. Quality upgrade. Big quality upgrade. I'm trying to see if there's anything that's like... Okay, the only thing that I think is still blurry, which, you know, I can't, you know, completely dock it, because it's already a tiny texture. This little collar here that she's got here with the little text on it, you can't see it, you can't read it in either picture, which, to be honest, who's going to be reading that? But I thought, well, if they went that high in resolution, they could have tried to make it more legible, but I don't think it was supposed to be. I wonder if they would release Xenoblade X themed controllers for the Switch when the game comes out. That would be awesome. That would be beautiful. That would be wonderful. Now, one thing I did notice with this exact picture, by the way, is what I suspected would happen if they were to try to port Xenoblade X to the Switch. So, we're going to go back to this picture. Character model. I would say overall, big improvement. Resolution's good, colors are more vibrant. Facial design, quite a bit different, but I think they were going with the sort of updated facial look that they did with 3, because Xenoblade 3 updated the designs of Nia and a lot of the, because a lot of the am I getting into spoilers? I mean, she's in the first trailer. It was straight up Nia. But characters that have sort of returning designs, we'll just say, had... I don't know if I call them upgrades. It's just a different take on the design of the character. But I think that's the way they're going to keep it moving forward. But anyway, with that style change, I think they're doing that same exact style change with X. So a lot of the characters will look similar to that. So anyway, character designs look great, right? Okay, now look at the backgrounds. This is New LA. This is like the main sort of city of the game. Take note of the resolution of like these buildings back here, trees, this little church or cathedral looking building. Now, same image in Definitive Edition. What's the main difference? What's the main difference? See if you can figure it out in the comments. I'll wait. The main difference is what I expected the main difference would be. And the limitation of the Switch. And why it took so long for this. I knew without a doubt that if X would be ported to Switch at all, it would be super late into the console's lifespan. To the point where, honestly, it might be a launch title for the next system if it comes out within the next year. Or at least a... they'll just straight up make it for both systems. Alright. Well, since no one's commented on it yet. Lower resolution. The draw distance. I think that's going to be the main difference between X and X Definitive Edition on the Wii U. Like, between the Wii U and the Switch version. Draw distance seems to be a lot lower in this game. The backgrounds are a lot blurrier. Again, going from mouse, hello, mouse, where you at? Okay. Going from X on the Wii U, a lot more clear. All these buildings and stuff are a lot clearer, a lot more obvious, right? Definitive Edition, blurry. Now, granted, that could be just a creative liberty they took with the cutscene to make the characters pop out more, but I don't think I don't think they would do that. Because easiest way to tell that is this little building to the right of Elma, right? Let's see if there's any graphical difference there. Okay, it's close, right? It doesn't look really different at all, honestly. Other than maybe the colors. Actually, you know what? It looks blurrier. I'm going to be honest. It looks more blurry. Yep. It looks more blurry. So, here's what I think they did. They updated the character models. All the character models. Including potentially the monsters, too. And I think that was like one of the biggest complaints with visually with X when it first came out was the character designs. So I think they essentially what they said was, okay, let's take some of that some of the development out of the environment. Everyone already loves or had said what they had to say about the world of Xenoblade. So let's take a little bit of the memory reuse for the draw distance and put that into the character models. So I'm assuming that's what's going on here. But anyway, so that's the main thing with like the character models. I do want to see since we saw Lynn and this Lynn, beautiful change, and then we saw Elma and Elma's change. Let's see if there are any other changes in the character designs from other characters. We don't see the Nopon. So this is a Nopon here. I'm not going to say his name. Because he did show up kind of later. Maybe like third chapter. But there is an Nopon in the game. And I was hoping to see what his character design would look like. But let's see what else we got. As far as character models, I do think Cross, who again he's the customizable character, she is. Can we like get to the? Can we get to the point where you actually show up in the on screen, full face and everything? See if there's anything that looks different in this area. I wonder if there'll be more, because there were a lot of sort of buildings in this area that were just completely useless. I'm wondering if they add slightly more things to do as far as making it seem more immersive, where you could actually interact with some of these buildings, right? But it don't look. Yeah, it looks like there's really nothing different. Of course, they got the cat. They got current LA, not new LA. This is current LA right now. It's a current LA. Anyway, okay. So definitely this design of Cross is better. I think this is probably the best upgrade. The problem with the character models is with X is their foreheads were massive. I don't know what the problem was with X, but every character had a giant ass forehead, and I think that's the main thing they did was they shrunk the foreheads. So I think overall, even if maybe every design change might not have been the best, I think just shrinking the foreheads was a plus. I would have liked to have seen Vandom, but that's okay. I don't think they show Vandom. I saw a little bit of frame rate drop there though, but that's probably just the YouTube video. These monsters. You know what? I think the monsters might have been the trickiest thing to make look good between X on the Wii U and this X on the Switch. That would be the more interesting thing to see the difference of. I don't know if I'm going to do that today. I'll just probably watch a comparison video of it, like a Digital Foundry or something. But the monsters still look good. The environments, yeah, I am seeing a little bit of blur. See, this is what I'd like to compare. This panoramic shot right here, between this and say and this exact panoramic shot on the Wii U. Because I guarantee you the draw distance will be better on the Wii U. Just a guess. But a hard guess. Like I'm not putting money on it. I'm just, you know, I'm calling it. I'm calling this roll. I'm calling this dice roll. All right. What else we got? Yep, this is Noctillum. I said I wouldn't say the name of this area, but I'll say it anyway. Yeah, I think what'll happen is the colors will be more vibrant, but that'll sacrifice the actual like visual fidelity in some aspects. Because this area looks good. I think the scales they may make the scale models look a lot better, which honestly is a good thing. Because they did look, some of them looked a little iffy. Maybe shine them up a little bit. This is where I sort of noticed a dip in quality as far as the environments go. I think what will happen is the environments up close will look wonderful, but from far away they'll look a little like they will diminish in quality pretty quickly. So we got these monsters, we got these sort of encounters, and I think, yeah, I don't really care that. I mean, all these you see these cutscenes like 8 times within the first maybe 5 hours of the game. I'm trying to see other character models. Oh, Tatsu. Ah, we don't see him. We don't see him. That's okay. Skell looks okay. Yeah, we don't see the Nopon's face. I wanted to see his face. Even though that Nopon could go screw himself. But I just want to see if they, did any improvement on his character model. Again, for by the way, breaking news. Hold up. Breaking news. Hold the frick up. My bad, breaking news. I wasn't even paying attention to when you just came in here. But breaking news, we are covering the Xenoblade Chronicles X trailer. X Definitive Edition trailer. Comparing and contrasting the two... Can you stop doing that? Yeah, we're comparing and contrasting the original game versus from what we see in the trailer. And, well, it looks slightly promising. So, yeah. Anyway... Back to the actual critiquing of this. So, I think we are... Yeah, the trailer is pretty much over. The only thing that we don't really see after this, or the only thing really to cover, I guess, is this section here. First of all, character design on Lao. That's his name, Lao. First of all, Lao, voiced by Matt Mercer. Awesome. I won't sort of I won't spoil it, but I'll just say, hooray, we get more lines. We get more content from Matt Mercer. We also get more content, presumably, from everyone who's involved with that side story. So great. Awesome. I do want to see, how different is this image of Lao? Did he have like silver eyes in the original game? Wait, let me see. You see that? Again, before Google be showing me some stuff I don't want to see. Y'all don't want to see. And stuff that might take my channel down. Xenoblade X Lao. What did his character model look like in the original game? Okay. Definitely an improvement. What's like a good image? Like a close-up. Man, there's like no close-ups here. Where my close-ups at? I guess that's kind of good. It doesn't really give you a good picture of his face, but... So we have this. And then we have... where to do that? Where's... there was like a still or like a freeze frame of him somewhere in the trailer here. Just a brief... image of Lau. Got Lin. Lin's model looks so good in this. Is he really not? It's probably. I guess it's closer to the beginning of the trailer. Oh nope, that's him. That's him. Okay, so another thing that I'm noticing. First, really his character model doesn't look that much different. But what I'm noticing with most of the character models is that the eyes are a lot more obvious. Like you can tell what color their eyes are. That was another problem with, or another thing you couldn't really tell in the original game is what color your freaking eyes were of any of the characters, because it was just the weird way that you like did the eyes in the game. They were kind of, I don't know, they were a little too shiny. So, but okay. Other than that, it doesn't look like there's much of a difference with his outfit. And they didn't really show any other characters. They just showed really Elma, Cross, Lin, and Lau. And I guess slightly showed Tatsu, the Nopon. But they didn't really show anyone else. I was hoping they'd show Vandom, because that'd be an interesting change. But other than that, I don't really see anything. And what I'm also noticing is that other than the exploration with them just running around in the environments and stuff, not seeing any gameplay showcase. That's what I was hoping to see, because I wanted to see if they changed the gameplay up at all. From what I remember in Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Definitive Edition, the gameplay is virtually the same as far as just the core gameplay of fighting monsters and stuff. Hopefully the core gameplay of X remains pretty much the same, because that was, in my opinion, the biggest draw to X was just the massive improvement at the combat, and a lot of the ideas that they sort of implemented in X kind of made their way into the later games. Most importantly, you can run and jump while shooting. Move and jump while shooting, and you can sprint during combat. You can sprint, period, and also no fall damage. That's right, no fall damage in this game. Hopefully they don't just randomly insert fall damage in this game. That would be a garbage move. But anyway, we will come back to the trailer in a minute. I do want to bring up something that came to my attention when I kind of overheard some other folks talking about this game. I didn't really watch any sort of channels breaking down this game specifically, but some like gaming sort of news channels. I did kind of hear people talking about it in passing. And one thing I did hear about it was that the version of the game that is actually being remade is not the Japanese version of the game. Or, I guess, the base version of the game, right? They are remaking the international version of the game. And what is that? And to my understanding, it's only the international version of the game that's being made. So it's not like they're making the Japanese version for Japan and the international version for the rest of the world. They're making the international version for Japan and the rest of the world. What that means is the international version had a little bit of censorship in the game, which is a point of contention for some people when it comes to this game. In my opinion, it's not that big of a deal for one main reason. The other reason I don't really care that much about, I didn't care about it to begin with. I care about it less than a lot of other people care about it. And I don't hate it. It's just something that wasn't that big of a deal. But the other reason is actually a big deal. And a lot of people are forgetting about that reason. So, first reason is, in the character customization, you can edit the height of the character in the international version. But in the Japanese version, if you chose a female character, you could also edit the bust size of the character, which I don't care that much about. I mean, the way I see that is like if you're a woman and you want to make a character that looks like you, and you have if you have stuff, right? If you have plenty of volume and you want to make a character that looks like you should be able to do that. Now, again, that's not something I necessarily care that much about because I'm playing as a dude most of the time. But what... let me just go ahead to the article here. I'm not really going to read the article. It's just the... I'm just pulling it up because that's what I'm talking about. Because I don't need to read it. I already know what the what is censored in the game. The other thing that's censored, and I think it's a reason to pick the international version, is because the character Lynn, right? This character. Where's Lynn in this picture? I don't know. There she is. The character Lynn. The character Lynn is canonically 13 years old. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, there is a massive customization sort of mechanic where you can obviously essentially play dress up with pretty much every character. And you could there's like torso, arm, and legs, and headgear that you can change on all the characters. And a lot of some of the things you can like dress your character up with include things that reveal a lot of skin. In the Japanese version, no matter like who's wearing the clothings, it affects every character the same way. But in the international version, it censors Lynn. Obviously, that's because Lynn is a 13-year-old kid, right? Okay, so with that being said, because of that, I have no problem with the international version being the version that they remake. And a lot of people are who are concerned with the censored version being remade are conveniently forgetting this, because the aspect that got all the news when the game was originally being censored for the international audience was that they removed the boob slider from the character customization, which that's what everyone was like. That's what was making the rounds in during the time, but people were also not because of that. People were also forgetting that, oh yeah, also Lynn is a they had to censor Lynn too because she's canonically 13 years old, right? Anyway, so with that being said, I don't personally have a problem with the censored international version coming over. Now, with that being said, if they end up censoring the game further, then I will have a problem with it. Because, again, I played through all of Xenoblade Chronicles X, right? So I would like for the ported version of the game to be essentially the exact same game with added content. If they censor the game even more, like say, instead of just censoring Lynn, they also censor every other character who's a fully grown adult, canonically, then I think that's a little bit of a stretch, considering the market this game comes from, Japanese market. We all know, right? But I'm just saying, if they censor the game further after the game comes out, then that would be something I would be more concerned about. But again, until then, yes, I agree. I agree. I'm sort of iffy on this. I was hoping they would hold off on on an export for the a Xenoblade Chronicles X port. I was hoping they would hold off on that for the new console whenever that comes out, so that they can really put all the effort they can into making the game as good, great looking. Let's see. Still in the international version due to female supporting characters all having... Yes. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, because a lot of NPCs... Azexel or Azazel? Thank you for joining the stream, and thank you for joining. I'll be honest, I saw that, and because of how big the comment was, I thought, oh no, bot. But no, okay, it's it's someone who's actually here for the Xenoblade, right? Okay, but yeah, aside from the remove UI option, some Wii U players used to mod the game to manually change their own game. Yeah, that I'm aware of that. There were a lot of NPC characters, obviously, with different side buttons, right? But and I'm also aware that there were people who would mod the game to put the bus slider back in the game. Again, I'm not too... I wasn't really concerned with that in the beginning. One, because I played as a male character, so I didn't really care about it anyway. But also for the other reason that they censored the game, which was because of Lynn. So yeah. Lol, I thought it was a bot at first. Yeah, I know. I was like, first of all, because I'm not used to seeing the first time chat box, so it made it look different than I'm used to. But okay. Thank you for joining. Azexel or Azazel? Let me know. Let me know how I pronounce that. But yeah, thank you for joining. I lost hope in the export. I thought they wanted to do it, but they would have done it either. Yeah, I was hoping they would wait for it for Switch 2, but I'm actually glad they're bringing it to the Switch, the main Switch. It's just that I'm not sure how the game will run. If it will be... Because I'm not even sure. I'm assuming... I don't know what the full actual resolution is going to be, or if the whole game is going to be in... I would assume it's going to be at a locked 30 frames per second. That's what the original game was, but it was like 720, 30. So if they can keep it at 1080p, 30 frames per second, then I guess that'll be passable. But I guess that's all I have to say about the censorship aspect, because I think it's warranted, specifically because of Lynn. So as long as they don't censor the game further, I'm okay with it. If they censor the game further to where they're covering every character up, regardless of age, then I'll have a problem with it. Because then it's like, what's the... Like, really? But anyway, let's move on to the other topics we had. So, obviously, with it being a port from the Wii U, let's move back to the trailer, right? Obviously, and bring this out. Obviously, with it being a port from the Wii U, the biggest change, in my opinion, between the Wii U and the Switch is the fact that the Wii U has a gamepad, a controller with a screen in it. Now, everyone's going to say, well, the Switch is also a screen that you can connect controllers to and play handheld on the go, right? Yes, but it doesn't have two screens at any point in time, any given time, right? So, the original game had an entire sort of system where you use the gamepad to do a lot of things in the game. A lot of things that sort of passively helped you in the game. Whether that was money, whether that was fast travel, keeping track of missions and stuff, keeping track of monsters you defeated previously. How they're going to implement that in the Switch ports, with it being as seamless as it was on the Wii U, I don't think that's going to be possible. Obviously, because it was just a static menu, you could just obviously make it so that it's just a pause menu feature. But that's good. With the amount of button tapping you had to do on the Wii U gamepad, that's going to be a lot of menus you got to scroll through and flip through on the Switch version. It's possible to play the Wii U game exclusively on the gamepad with that TV, so that part of it. I mean, yes, but if you want sort of the side quest experience of the game, including the fast traveling, because that's the thing, without the gamepad, you couldn't fast travel. You could sort of scroll through all your missions, but it was easier to keep track of which missions you did and what monsters you've beaten by looking at the gamepad. And also, you can't do a lot of the probe related missions and sort of mining and money sort of investment missions. If you want to get that, completion rating done. And also, the gamepad actually showed you how close to completion you were for every continent too. So there's a little percentage under the continents that would tell you, hey, you are 50% done with this continent. So that was a little, convenience factor, quality of life thing that you had with the gamepad because of that screen. Now, obviously, you could just relegate not 100% of everything you did on the gamepad to a menu. But that's a lot of menus you got to be scrolling through and flipping through that you didn't have to do with the Wii U gamepad. So I think that's going to be one of the primary differences between the Wii U and the Switch. In fact, I think it is the primary difference between the Wii U and the Switch version. With that being said, I think this will be their opportunity to improve the menus. Because one of the problems that I've heard everyone, including myself, talk about is, one, the font size was extremely small. You see this, Nintendo of America? No, this was your font size, where it says this 99.62 million subscribers. That was your font size in Xenoblade X. I don't know what they were thinking when they were making the menus and the subtitles and all the text in the game. For some reason, the text was extremely small. So hopefully they increased the text size in this game. Number one. Number two, just the way you sort through items and stuff, I think they can maybe improve on that a lot more. And I guess I won't go into too heavy detail as far as character customization and all of the sort of meta stuff when it comes to it. When it comes to combat and stats and all that, that's something I'd probably get into once I actually get down and play the game. But on the subject of the Wii version, hopefully with them essentially moving all of the Wii U gamepad stuff to a menu, they also fix a lot of the problems with the menu. So yeah. Let me go back to some comments. Well, I thought it was a bot first two. How did it run on the Wii? The game actually ran. I mean, it was. I think it was 720p, 30 frames per second, flat throughout the whole game. Because I'm trying to remember if there were any parts of the game that may have slowed down. There's a lot of like explosions, cinematic explosions in the game, but those are cutscenes. There's not really a lot of busy things happening that the Wii U couldn't already handle. Well, didn't already show that it could handle. I would say, yeah, because again, even the Wii U version of the game, 0 load times. One load time. The only load time was when you were going into the Blade Barracks and out of the Blade Barracks. That's the only time the game loads. One of the big problems here. Okay, here's something I hope they improve. Collision detection. When you're walking around in the environments in Xenoblade Chronicles X, you can literally walk through pretty much every monster. You don't have. When you run into the monster, you just walk straight through them. You don't even touch them. There's like 0 collision detection between people, between your characters and the monsters, and even cars. So like there's a area, the main city area, that has like cars driving around and stuff. The cars literally drive right through you, and nothing happens. I would hope they improve that to at least to the, like, if the car runs into you or something, you just get like thrown. Maybe it doesn't kill you or anything, but you go flying back. Because there are like there's like one exception to this rule, and it's there's a class of monsters called giant or large monsters that if they touch you, they automatically launch you in the other direction. But any monster that's not considered a large monster that touches you at any point in the game, they'll just go right through you. Some of them won't even attack you. They just go right through you and pretend you weren't even there. I hope they add collision detection in the game. But okay. This is one of the 2 Wii U ports that I wanted to happen left. Yeah, honestly, this is the game that makes the Wii U irrelevant now. Because the reason I kept my Wii U was because of Xenoblade X. So, yeah. What was small again? Oh, yeah. Text. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the text in Xenoblade X was tiny. Like, especially if you're like watching on a big screen, like if you're playing the game on a big TV, and, you know, maybe you don't have the audio turned up all the way, and you're just like reading the subtitles, and you're like sitting far away. You have to be wearing glasses to read the subtitles. Like, it's that bad. And sometimes even wearing glasses isn't enough. I have trouble reading it on PC sometimes. I still want Yoshi's Woolly World on the Switch. It was much better than Crafted World. I've heard, actually, even just from looking at it, I agree with that. But anyway, what else do we have here? Because I think outside of the gamepad implementation, I'm pretty sure the game will probably be just a 1-to-1 comparison. Even the thing I'm most interested in is the music and just sound design in general. With it being just essentially the same, the original game, but better, I would assume all of the voice acting is exactly the same. Nothing has changed. I certainly hope that, again, bringing up the censorship again, I hope there's some mature themes in this, even though it's a T-rated game. All the Xenoblades are T-rated T. But there are some things that happen in the game that are not suitable for children. Let's just say that. Not suitable for I wouldn't advocate kids do some of the things that happen in this game. But again, I think the same thing happens in Xenoblade 3. I'll just say it involves a handgun and pointing it this direction. There's some themes in the game that I would hope don't get censored. And there's a lot of cursing in this game. A lot of cursing in this game. For a Nintendo game, it's a lot of cursing. Because obviously there are games that curse a lot more outside of Nintendo. But for Nintendo, this is about as foul-mouthed as Nintendo games have ever gotten and ever will get. Azexel says it was possible to crash the Wii U version using disc bombs with magazine. Magazine? Happy Halloween. Oh yeah, it is the 31st. So trick or treat. Let me eat my candy. Trick or treat. I gotta eat my freaking damn candy. Happy Halloween. Thanks, Breaking News YOP. Thank you for giving my candy. Giving me my Reese's. Alright, I'm gonna eat this off. I'm gonna eat this, like, off camera. But, just conveniently had a Reese's on me. Alright, so, on to the next sort of topic. Music. Obviously, original game had Hiroyuki Sawano. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, it had all of the original music from the Wii version, but there were a lot of music tracks that were remastered and just completely re-recorded for the game. They kind of brought it up to more modern music, because a lot of the tracks in that game were sort of digitally created, and so they added, essentially they just re-recorded a lot of the battle themes and some of the exploration themes, right? So my guess is that there may be a couple themes in Xenoblade X that have the same situation. The only problem is those music tracks were created by Hiroyuki Sawano, which, if you don't know who Hiroyuki Sawano is, he is the original composer for Attack on Titan. In fact, the only video game, to my understanding, that he's ever composed for is Xenoblade Chronicles X, which, kudos to Nintendo for getting the Attack on Titan composer to compose his first game on Nintendo. That's a big... what's that? Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition also had new OST. Yeah. I did remember that. Or the additional story portion. Yeah. The ELC or additional. What's like the opposite? Not downloadable content, but content that was retroactively loaded content. RLC, retroactively loaded content. Let's new terminology for content that's added well after the original game came out. Anyway, but that being said, Xenoblade X had Hiroyuki Sawano, the Attack on Titan composer. That's what he was famous for at that time, and that's what he's still famous for. So I'm hoping that some of the iffy tracks, music tracks in Xenoblade X, because Xenoblade X had some of the best music in all of the Xenoblade games, all of games on a Nintendo system, to be frank. But it also had some of the worst ones. It had some of the most, wouldn't be my first choice for this scene, to be honest. So hopefully, if they got Sawano back, because they have to credit him anyway, right? He's He's already in the game. They're re-releasing the game. That's the tricky thing with re-releasing games that have sort of third-party involvement, is that you have to credit them again. So if you're crediting Hiroyuki Sawano again, why not? Why not bring him in to re-record new stuff? So hopefully they did that, and they had him re-record some of the more iffy tracks that were originally in the game. And then if we get the game and they keep the old tracks, they do the same thing where you can play the new recordings or the old recordings, right? Then you can do that. So yeah, but I don't think should they re-record songs like Codenames. I'm just listing the best tracks in the game. Theme X. I don't think they're gonna re-record Theme X. I think Theme X is literally as perfect as it could possibly get. Number EX01. Perfect as it could possibly get. Codename Z. It's an excellent song. They could probably tweak it a little bit to make it sound a little less, I guess, in your face. But I think that's the whole point of the song anyway. Black Tar. A lot of people hate Black Tar. I love Black Tar. That song is nothing needs to change about that song. People for better or for worse, it needs to stay exactly the way it is. Just for the meme, because essentially that song's a big meme, and it needs to stay a big meme. Uncontrollable, that's a perfect song. And what's the other one? What's it called? The Key We Lost. That's right. Honestly, I would like them to re-record that one. But again, don't know if Sawano's coming back to re-record. I would love for it. I would actually like to see some collaborative stuff where Sawano is working with Yasunori Mitsuda to record new songs and put them in the game. That would be awesome. Or Ace and Sawano collaborating on a song. That would be on some of the, even just a couple of the soundtracks for X. That would be awesome. But on that note, we also have, I'm going to skip ahead to the side story that they're sort of adding to the game. Obviously, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'll just say it's late game. It's post game, and it involves Lao because you saw it there on the screen, and apparently it involves some cloaked figure that I don't think I have any idea who it is. For some reason, it sounded like Malos from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I've got no idea what's happening there. I will say, the fact that there is a sort of an epilogue, we'll say, side story epilogue, that they're doing to the game, means that there will be new voice recordings, right? I'm assuming the entire game up until that point is going to have the same exact voice recordings for that. So maybe there's a new character, a couple new characters that will have new voice recordings. So they'll bring back all these voice actors for a last hurrah. So that's cool. Multiplayer. That's another thing that will be interesting to see how they implement that, as well as just the entire sort of community aspect. Because there was sort of there was a multiplayer and community aspect to Xenoblade Chronicles X. In fact, one of the main things that helped me get through Xenoblade Chronicles X, because that was my first Xenoblade game, so I wasn't used to how ball busting of a series Xenoblade was. But also, it was just kind of cool to. That was back when Miiverse was still a thing, right? But it was kind of cool to have this sort of community to sort of slightly, not walk you through the entire game, but give you hints. You'd sometimes see little messages pop up on the screen that was like, hey, messages of like people who had obviously played the game, giving you hints on how to do things, or just randomly tell you, hey, these monsters, we gotta go, like, I don't know. I don't remember the exact like wording of some of them, but there used to be like little messages that would come up, and there'd be a little bit of a community aspect of the game. It wasn't like it wasn't like a full-on MMO where you're just walking around in the field and you see other people walking around in the field, but it was a passive community aspect. But then there was also multiplayer online where you could actually join a squad of 4, because in the game you have a party of 4 characters, including the main the main customizable character and 3 other random party members that you recruit along the way. And with that, you can have up to 4 characters in a party. And online, with the sort of how the game mechanics worked with combat, there was online play where you could basically create a whole squad of 4 people online, and just do co-op missions, right? And it was interesting. I think they could have done it a little better, made it a little more immersive, to where you weren't just doing 3 little battles here and there and then calling it a day. Would have been nice to have seen them do a little bit more with that. Even to the point where you're like doing squad on squad battles. That would have been cool if it was like, you had a squad of 4 versus another squad of 4. But I feel like that would be a little bit more difficult to implement all at once. But that's okay. I do hope that they slightly improve that, because that's the thing. Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, 0 multiplayer. Have a lot of added like side content, but no multiplayer. Versus would be so unbalanced because of Ghostwire. True. Well, hey, what the frick is this shit? Where did this come from? Why is it showing up? Did I like accidentally click on the painter? Yeah, I did. Okay. Because I got my laptop here, touchscreen. I'm doing everything by touchscreen on my laptop, so it doesn't like overclock my PC that I'm using to record this, and slow down the stream and that. But I mean, yeah, but freaking easy thing for that is just everyone use Shadowrunner, or what is it? Everyone use Ghostwalker, or just Ghostwalker is no longer in the game. But there'd be other, like, I guess, top tier thing. Not to mention Gatling range augments with Twister shoot across the entire field. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it matters that much, to be honest. Like, no one's gonna be playing freaking Xenoblade Chronicles X competitively as if it's a arena shooter. Although that would be interesting if all of a sudden the multiplayer of Xenoblade Chronicles X is just a straight up MOBA, where you're like picking 4 of the, I guess, potential party characters you could have and putting them up against another 4 potential party characters that another person has, and you're just straight up doing a MOBA. That's not happening. It never will happen. It never has happened. And never should happen. But that would be hilarious if just all of a sudden it became that. But anyway, with that being said, I think that's really all that has to be said about the multiplayer. Maybe they add new like scale models, because that was another thing that was sort of added later as pseudo DLC, but wasn't really DLC. Is they had like skell models that I guess you could unlock by doing online play. And maybe they could add a little more stuff that you can unlock outside of online play. And just things that just ideas they came up with after the fact that they were like, oh, we couldn't put it in the game now because we're already on the Switch. So let's put it on the port that we bring to the Switch. The extra scale models came from DLC in the Japanese version. Yes, although I could have sworn there were like scale models that you could unlock that weren't like. Oh yeah. Okay, it was automatically included. That's right. I don't think there's probably not gonna. There wasn't DLC in Xenoblade 1 of Definitive Edition, right? Yeah, no, because it was already in the game. But Xenoblade X would benefit more from DLC because of the online aspect, right? So I guess that wouldn't be the worst thing to do, but it shouldn't be paid DLC. But anyway, I'm getting sort of off topic. What I will say about the fact that there's now a Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, and that and this will be sort of my final point on this topic. The fact that there is an epilogue side story, right, that they're adding, depending on how deep they go with this side story, this may kill the potential for a Xenoblade Chronicles X sequel, which I was hoping there would be just room for an entire sequel for the game. Again, it completely, or it depends on how heavy they go with this, because we're getting into spoiler territory, and that's why I wanted to save this for the end of the stream. There are essentially two separate cliffhangers at the end of Xenoblade Chronicles X. I won't say what they are, but one involves Elma and the other one involves Lao. And they're kind of happening separately from each other, but I have a feeling that this side story will include both. If they don't include both, then that still leaves sort of Elma's cliffhanger up for a potential sequel. In which case, thank goodness, because I want a sequel. Still, don't Monolith. Don't think this lets you off the hook of a Xenoblade X sequel. Okay, but anyway, with that said, if it's not, if this like side story they're adding includes Lao and Elma's cliffhanger, so to speak, then this kills the potential for an X sequel, which would make sense with the fact that they are, I guess, sort of trying to move on from Xenoblade, right? Or just maybe not the Xeno series entirely, but just Xenoblade, which I guess would make sense for this to be their last sort of Hail Mary in the Xenoblade series, to give people who obviously didn't have the Wii U, right? With it being their worst selling system. Nobody had a Wii U. I think Xenoblade X in the end only really sold like 800,000 or 1,000. Yeah. Less than 1 million. It was like just under 1 million copies. So like around 800,000. This is sort of their last Hail Mary to get more people who didn't have the Wii U but wanted to play X to get their hands on the game before they move on to the next system. Before they move on to whatever new series they want to do that's outside of the Xeno verse, right? To, I guess, randomly bring Dragon Ball into this. But you know what I mean. The Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenosaga, Xenogears verse. So, I'm assuming that this side story will close the whole X mystery. If it doesn't, then that's great, and we'll see. They'll leave it open for a potential sequel, but I don't think that's going to happen. Which is sad, but if they do it right, they could make this a banger of a side story, and it'll be maybe a 20-hour. I don't know about 20-hour, but a long enough side story to where you feel like satisfied in the end. And either one of those options I'm okay with. Because what if they do what I say and they do this whole side story and they still leave it on a cliffhanger? Because that would be hilarious. And also not hilarious because then I'll be pissed off because I'll be waiting for another sequel. But I think... And what if, whatever, because I think that's one of the things I was sort of thinking about with that little teaser they had of the epilogue. That sort of looming voice over Lao sounded awfully similar to Malos. And if it sounds similar to Malos, and if it's his voice actor, then that means it is Malos, or it's some character that has a pseudo relation to Malos. And if that's the case, I just hope that they somehow connect the games, the X timeline to 1 through 3 in some loose fashion, to where it's like, okay, there is. I mean, they sort of did it with, like, the challenge modes, but that's not really connecting it. That's just like a fan service kind of deal. But even if they just sort of halfway retcon it, that'd be kind of... Then you could say, okay, like, there's a reason for X to exist, right? In terms of continuity. But let me go ahead and read the last few chats here. HB, Yellow, Alexa, and Bo the Scales. Okay. Well, Yellow didn't bring a scale. His gave multi-gun, which was kind of a special weapon. Okay. Speaking of special weapons, again with like added content they may add with just the advent of the new game or the port, I would assume weapons, gear, or and augments and all that kind of stuff. They might have new things that they didn't have in the original game. Maybe they might even have stuff that sort of pays homage to characters or outfits in Xenoblade 1 through 3 as sort of a nod to those games. But yeah, I think I have covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover in this stream. We talked about Nintendo Music. We watched the trailer. We talked about the gameplay. We didn't talk about gameplay because they didn't really show anything gameplay wise. So I didn't want to cover that if they didn't show it. Character designs. I like what I'm seeing. I'm not too concerned with the censorship. The quote censorship, because it's as long as they don't censor the game more than it already was, I'm okay with it. If they start censoring everybody and they start censoring curse words and they start freaking like if they get rid of the suicide mission, then I'll be angry. But until that happens, and I will be the first to give the game the middle finger, if that does happen. But until that does happen, I'm okay with the international version coming over. Yeah, Wii U to Switch implementation with the gamepad and all that, graphical, music, and all that. Yep. I've covered pretty much everything I want to. Wow. Okay. I'm actually glad this stream didn't go on for crazy long. We've been going for about 2 hours, so I think that's about as long as I wanted to go. So, as Azexel or Azazel, however you pronounce it, let me know. If you haven't already, hit the follow button on Twitch, and also I'm TactiMuse on both Twitch and YouTube. So if you've got a YouTube channel, you want to go over there, go ahead and hit the sub button over on the YouTube channel as well. And I believe on YouTube, in the description of the video, actually I think if you scroll down on Twitch as well, there should be a link to the Discord server. If you're followed or subscribed to my YouTube channel or Twitch, you can join the Discord server, and then you'll be a part of the community there. We got a lot of good. We got everyone gets a meme, okay, in the Discord server. If you show up regularly, everyone here is has been memed at some point. So at least all the regular viewers. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping that doing this sort of TactiCast, this, yeah, that's what I'm calling it. I'm kind of hoping that doing this, I'll be able to do this more often, at least once a month. I don't know if I'll be able to do it once a week, but we'll see. Hopefully I can. That'd be awesome if I could. But with that being said, I am pretty much done here with Xenoblade X, so thank you all for watching, and if you are interested in seeing more streams like this, hit the like button, subscribe, follow, wherever you're watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So, yeah. Bye!